Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Author's Corner, a creative writing group of students in the Mathematics and Science Academy at UTRGV. My name is Amy Frazier, a lecturer in the Department of Writing and Language Studies, who launched this program under the leadership of Dr. Wilma Smetter, Principal of MSA, along with the much appreciated assistance of Melissa Peña-Montes, MSA's Program Manager. After studying creative writing in Oxford, I applied my newly acquired skills to write and publish a novelette entitled Brujeria in South Texas, scheduled to be released this year in Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other bookstore outlets in the U.S. and the U.K. Since its inception of Author's Corner at the onset of spring semester 2020, I mentored, coached, and instructed a dynamic group of students with a propensity to author intriguing stories. Everyone has a story to tell. The key element, paramount in creative writing, lies in the ability to tell a good story that comes from the heart, mind, and soul of the individual, whose uniqueness is tantamount to a person's fingerprints. No two stories are exact duplicates in its originality. Even a subtle change in a similar theme adds nuance and dimension to a story that yields unexpected outcomes and an element of surprise that often allows the characters to come alive, leading the author to explore a new direction he never imagined. Currently in our 5th consecutive semester, MSA students continue to produce entertaining short stories and fiction published in the Writer newspaper. We are so excited and honored to engage for the first time this semester as participants in UTRGV's Vaquero Radio. Thank you for this opportunity. We hope you enjoy hearing today's oral presentation. The spotlight shines on one of our talented students as Writing Warrior of the Week in Author's Corner.
Between the Lines by Bryan Rosario and Yvanna Gonzalez. Rays of light pour in from the open window, the gentle breeze swaying the curtains. The lavish velvet chairs complement the intricately tiled floor and the smooth arches of marble holding up the ceiling. The carved mahogany table holds a board with pieces dutifully, just as the chairs beside it support the weights of bodies atop them.
So, Tatiana, how is it living in the palace all the time? Surely it must be vapid often.
A white-gloved hand plucks the ebony horse-piece from the table and places it in a new square.
Tatiana lets out a light laugh, the soft noise filling the room like little chiming bells in the wind. On the contrary, General Cyrus. My days are endlessly filled with debates and administrative work with the brightest minds in the Empire. It's quite exciting. Her hand gingerly relocates an unassuming ivory piece near the horse. What about you? Have you been able to see the world yet? I know you dreamed of that as a child. Tatiana's eyes light up. Oh, and is your company well? I haven't heard from your lieutenant in a while. She always loved to indulge me with conversation over the simplest of things. Cyrus's head turns to the window, lips curled downward.
She is quite well. We're all fairly well traveled by this point, enacting the Emperor's will. However,
He moves his hand unsteadily toward a piece on the board, but ends up clenching his fists in midair, teeth bared for a moment.
If only you could see what our people endure, the suffering they must deal with.
With a sharp inhale, he returns his hand to his lap and continues with a voice more befitting the indoors.
With the drought and all, while the fire rages, the thief is left unchecked.
He moves the tower piece. Tatiana tilts her head slightly. The people are doing well. The drought is creating distress amongst us all, but I recently met with several families. They all seem to be in good health and spirit. She pauses, observing Cyrus. And that saying, was it not old General who said it? She moves a piece. Tatiana glances back up, eyebrows raised expectantly for a response. Cyrus simply purses his lips and looks beyond the translucent curtains, with furrowed eyebrows. Tatiana holds back a sigh. Well, then what if the rumors I hear about you? Some say in whispers that you curse the name of the Emperor, especially after a few bottles of wine. Cyrus meets her gaze again and half smiles.
Slander is the weapon of jealousy and a tool of deception.
The Emperor would not like hearing that. He could have you killed for saying such things. Cyrus crosses his arms.
Well, he has no fondness for me regardless, and the feeling is mutual.
The moving of pieces continues amidst a long pause before he speaks again.
I recall meeting a farmer while in Crownscale. He's originally from Altram, and he shared with me an adage they use there. The one who sees and accepts the acts of tyranny is a tyrant himself. His wife, who's from Tertia, added, "The serpent, beloved by the animals, is still a serpent."
Tatiana shakes her head. The Emperor is not a tyrant. He is benevolent. He cares about the people. Just yesterday he sent aid to the very town you speak of.
Have you spoken to any of the citizens to confirm this?
You know that I can't leave the palace. My duties don't allow me the time.
That sounds frighteningly like a prison.
Before Tatiana can protest, Cyrus sighs deeply, closing his eyes briefly. Then he gazes directly into her eyes, his face a mask of solemnity cast in shadow.
Curtains are a double-edged sword.
He slides the tallest of the pieces across the board.
They keep the light out, but hide the flames outside from view.
Cyrus stands and walks out of the room without another word, leaving the dismayed woman in trepidation and a checkmated game.